Hey, Mark the Meerkat here with Grok Trade with the trade of the day. It was a volatility trade today on the markets, and I traded the UVXY, which is a ETF on the VIX index futures. So when it is going up, that means the market is being very bearish. So the market's open about 1% down today. So here is the UVXY, and right here the opening. And what happened initially is it started to come up off of its lows. It dropped down about 1% in the markets, and they started to rise, and then just dropped down here. But then the markets started to reverse there after about the first 15 minutes, and they started to go up here. And then this just started to high base slightly. I said, well, you know what? If the markets are going to continue to fall, I'm going to go ahead and I put an order in right here as it was basing just under 23.90. And let's see what happened here next. Boom, there it goes. It got me in right here at 23.93 is where my entry was long on the UVXY. Now again, remember, this is going up. What's happening to the market? It's going down. That's right. This is a inverse indicator, the volatility index is, and this is on that. So my 1% attached stop was at 23.69. That is exactly 1% behind, and now it is automatically activated for me as this continues to go up. Now I do have the 200 moving average here just overhead, so that is a possible line of resistance here. And look at that, it hit it, and then there's the R1 pivot line, so it blew right through the 200 moving average right here to the R1 pivot line, hit it once, pierced above it once, and then boom, broke out with nice volume. So now that it's above the 200 moving average and this pivot line, I'm going to bring my stop up to I'm going to bring it actually just here under $24, slightly in the money, so I have zero risk on the trade, slightly in the money here, and it's now boom up here over 1% away from my entry, and I have this R1 pivot line and this 200 moving average here to protect it from coming down and hitting my stop, and the even $24. So 3 shields. Love it when that happens. And let's see where it goes here. So now it's going up here, starting to high base here right at 24.30, and it's moving up. Oh, there, it broke out from that little high base, going up here, and now it's coming up here right to the 25 even dollar amount. That's a possible line of resistance as well. So I'm being very, very close. So I set up a half a trade that if it stalls here, I'm going to want to take out partial. That's what my rules say on a stock that's been advancing. And if it stalls, go ahead and take out partial, giving the second half a chance to run. And let's see what happened after that. It did break above the 25, went 25.06, and was just dangling here. So I went ahead and I activated my 1/2 order to sell, and it did get filled here. Right here, it got filled here at 25.02 for 4.6% on the first half. So I went ahead and I had my second stop, which, by the way, I had been telling you about running my stop up here under this 8 EMA, and it was here right under the 8 EMA at about, I think it was at 24.72, and then it pierced up to that above 25 for the new high, and then started to pull back a little bit. And again, I have my stop down here, and then bam, dropped down, and my fill was at 24.70 for 3.3% on the second half. So let's take a look at this whole trade here. Again, it had almost a double bottom down here. The market started to reverse and go downward. The volatility index started to rise very quickly off its lows. So when it based just for a short period of time, I went ahead and got in. When it based here again, but I just pulled my stop up here in the money, and then it started to run up following my stop along the 8 EMA. When it stalled at $25 here for 1, 2, 3 candles, I went ahead and I took out half, and then it fell back down below that 8 EMA, it stopped me out and got filled at, and for this total trade of 3.9% in 16 minutes. Hooah! Now I have to say, this was the biggest trade of the day, and it had the most continuous leg up here of any trade that got in today. It was a super choppy market. I would get in and it would pop up and I'd be happy, and then all of a sudden it would drop dramatically over and over and over again. In fact, I'll show you what my trades were today. If you're finding value in this video at all, hey, please subscribe so you don't miss a video from now on. Just hit the subscribe button at the bottom. So how do we do today in the Grok day trading chat room? Well, again, I told you I struggled today, and here we are on the 6th of today. We did 11 trades, but look at this. I 0.3 on the, and then, but that one was up. This first one here was up 2%, and then it snapped back 3%. I end up just a slight. This one never did. It broke out and then snapped right back. I'm at my 1% stop. I did get a 1% on MARA. And this is the trade I just showed you, trade number 6 here, 3.9%. But everything else here, look at this, chop, 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 chop. About half, because I'm managing my stop, they were not running at all today. So that's all right. We ended up for the day here, just 27% success rate, being 3 out of 11 trades. That is a normal target is 60%, meaning we make money on 6 out of 10 trades. Didn't happen today, but because of these 2 big trades that I was able to let run, that 3.9 and this 122, what we call my actual reward risk ratio, that measures whether or not I'm letting my winners run and cutting my losers short. My actual reward risk ratio is at 3.4 to 1, which means for every income trade, I made $3.40 for as compared to every dollar I lost in my expense trades on average. So we ended up with just above 1% here for the day, which if you're trading a model portfolio of $10,000 per trade, that's about $100. But that was today. We've had a good week so far. If you see here, we had 12% on Monday. We had 12% yesterday. We just had 1% today. So for the week here, our net is 25%, which is right at our weekly target. And it's only Wednesday. We still have 2 more days to trade. Don't know if we'll make money tomorrow or the next day, but we already hit our minimum target, which is 5% per day. That's 25%. Again, that's of your lot size, not of your portfolio. So if you want to change that over to dollars. Now, we were over 60% success rate until today with that miserable 27. Now for the week, we're at 52.9. Again, our target for the week is at 60. So we'll have to keep working on improving that and see where we go from here. So this is Mark the Meerkat. If you'd like to trade with us, just go to groktrade.com. That's right, groktrade.com. And you can either learn to trade the Grok Trade way. You can go to Training Mentor up here and read all about our mentoring program. And we have one coming up here, October 16th through 18th. I'll be leading one. That's a Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That's the 3-day concentrated training around our mentoring program. And then we are your mentors from this point forward. Or you can go to the day trading chat room here. We have a couple of spots that just opened up. We have some people that are getting out called back to work. They've been working out of the office for over 2 years, been trading with us, and guess what? They have to go back to the office and they won't be able to trade. So we have a couple of spots open if you'd like to join us. If you can be in front of the markets between 9 and 11:30 Eastern time each morning, you can trade with us, or even if it's some mornings per week, you don't have to trade every day. And again, we have a 7-day risk-free trial. Try us out for 5 trading days, 7 calendar days, and if it works for you, stick around, and if not, hey, full refund, no questions asked. This is Mark the Meerkat. Hey, just remember, it's OC, aka Mo Money from our chat room, says, once you start to think in a trade, you set yourself up for bad things to come. Trade well, trade safely, and may your winners run.